It's the weekly show about Pro AV with the hottest news in the AV industry. It's rAVe TV. Give it up for Steph and Gary. Steph and Gary.
Hello, everyone. Happy Wednesday. It's Wednesday at noon Eastern, so that means it is time for another episode of rAVe TV. Gary is not joining us today. That's just kind of been the theme, is that it's either Gary or me, but not both the past few weeks. And so I have a special co-host today, Megan A. Dutta. Welcome.
Steph, it's so fun to be on rAVe TV, and I'm like super stoked because we're going to announce the winners of the Launch Code Out of This World Experiences Awards in a little bit.
Yes, I'm so excited to see what the winners are. These awards are so fun, and the winners are always like, these installations are so crazy and like takes me forever to like wrap my mind around like how they even exist.
Yeah, I just love that they're focused on the experiences and not, because there's a lot of cool installs that are just like a corporate boardroom, which can be innovative, but they're not as fun for me to look at and read about and all of this. So I'm excited. I love a good experience. I told you like off air that I went last night to go see Jagged Little Pill.
Oh my gosh. That is literally my favorite musical.
Yeah, it was incredible. Like the scenery was amazing. I really liked, that they used a lot of different lighting, and it's a traveling tour, so I think the sets were kind of minimal, which I liked.
That's how it was on Broadway though too.
Oh really?
I've seen it both. I've seen the tour and on Broadway. It's my favorite show though. Like I love Alanis Morissette, so like obviously the show is like a jukebox musical based on her Jagged Little Pill album, so it's the whole thing is just so good.
It was so good. Fun fact, that was the first CD I ever bought.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it was.
What year did that come out? That was like early or mid 90s, right?
Like 95, 96 maybe.
Yeah.
But it was so good. They were so incredible. The woman that sang "You Ought to Know" was just like brought the house down. People, and it wasn't at the end of the show. People literally stood up. She got a standing ovation.
Yes.
In the middle of the show. Like I have chills just thinking about it.
Me too. Like the people in that show like wear their voices out. Like I just recommend this to anyone who just likes music, because it is so good. Like the talent that they got for the tour, and I saw the original Broadway cast, and they were obviously like amazing as well. So
I don't know how they don't blow their voices out, because they're like scream singing. Like
the mom,
they don't even need mics. Like, oh my gosh, it's so good.
The woman who plays the mom, like she has such an interesting on the tour, like this actress has such an interesting like intonation, because it's like very like gravelly and yet like belty as well. So she just like hits like a really weird spot in your ear, but it's like it's beautiful to listen to. But the whole time I was like, how's she gonna have a voice tomorrow? Like this is insane.
That's all I kept thinking too. Actually, maybe you know the answer to this question. At some points they had like, it was very like echoey, like they were singing in like a cathedral. Do you know how they did that?
I don't. I know it's something to do with the way the audio was mixed, because I think that like everywhere that they perform obviously has to be really echoey, because every like stage performance has to be like in this like big like obviously like stage like for theater, and those are really naturally like acoustically echoey. So I don't know exactly. I'm wondering.
I don't know if they were like doing something while they were singing live with the mics, like, but it was the whole thing was incredible. But you also got some cool, it's not a musical, but tickets to a concert this week.
Yeah.
I know you were like fighting for your life. You're so excited about them.
I hate Ticketmaster. Like it's like I want to like those execs are never seeing heaven. Like I'm so sorry to say it, but I hate everyone who works for that company. But yeah, I fought for my life, and I have tickets to the 2-night only Jonas Brothers concert at Yankee Stadium. So which sounds so like silly to say, but no, it's going to be such a good concert. They're performing all 5 of their albums. Like I had to be there, Yeah,
that's going to be so fun. And I'm just have to mention, I did not get tickets to the Taylor Swift tour in Chicago or in Vegas where I tried. And I'm very sad. And I feel like everybody else in the office did. And I get really upset seeing all the outfits and the plans in our little group chat. And it makes me sad, and I'm so jealous.
How many of us? It's like 3 people are going to Tampa this weekend to see her because that's her next concert. So that one's going to be a really good one. I'm going to see her in Jersey in May. So yeah, I don't know how I got tickets to that. It was not my own doing. Like I was kind of piggybacking on someone else's like code. So like they managed to score me a ticket. So yeah, I'm very lucky.
I had pre-sale and everything. It was Ticketmaster again.
Ticketmaster. Like I think it's going to take like this is such like a random thing, but it's going to take like a big artist like Taylor Swift or like someone else like Beyonce, Rihanna, like someone to like stand against this and be like, we're not using that, because Ticketmaster will literally like blacklist you from venues if you refuse to go through them. So I think it's going to take like a big artist to be like, okay, like I'm going to go to this other venue then, and then other artists will follow. Like I think that's what it's going to take, because I know that Ticketmaster's in the middle of like lawsuits right now, but like those are just regular schmegular people like suing them together. So yeah, that's how I feel about that.
Well, Gary K, if you're tuning in, we'd like you to fund a private Taylor Swift concert. So we're looking for sponsorships for that.
Yeah.
Everyone in AV can come.
Everyone in AV can come. We're all going to pay for it together.
Love that.
Yeah.
A group effort.
Yeah. We'll make her like an honorary AV tweep. Like
grassroots activism.
That's so true. Anyway, so we are very lucky to have very great sponsors and partners here on rAVe TV. And we are going to show a quick spot from our sponsor, Shure, and then we will continue on with our show.
Kudart worked hand in hand with the client from the inception of the design through to the final delivery. The Shure STEM solution gave us the advantage of not only a very high quality audio microphone speaker solution, but it also integrated perfectly into the design of the meeting space. When we're thinking about designing spaces for conferencing, getting the audio right is absolutely key. If you can't be heard, there's no point in having the call. One of the added benefits of the solution is that it allows us to incrementally add, if we need to, additional microphones, speakers, so that we can tune the space perfectly to the client's requirements for conferencing.
The STEM ecosystem is designed to take the complexity out of meeting rooms. Simply plug in your device, press the Room Adapt button, and the device will send out a series of tones which will be measured for reverberation so the device can set up so it will be perfectly sounding in that room. If the room is bigger or the device can't quite manage the space, we can simply add more devices into the chain.
This space needs not only to work for your classic boardroom meetings, but also for town halls, conferences, and other events.
So the STEM ecosystem is still a big part of the Shure family and will continue to be so, and we're constantly rolling out new firmware updates to ensure that the product never goes end of life, is always future compatible, and always meets the needs of the customer.
And we are back. So Megan, tell me, I know you talked about this at the beginning of the episode, but you are announcing the winners of the Out of This World Experience Awards, right?
Yes, I'm so excited about these. We had, I want to say, 11 finalists that we chose, and we had probably 50 plus entries. So the experiences ranges from everything from, Buck had 2 finalists that were both augmented reality.
Oh, cool.
Experiences, just, you know, from museums to Peerless AV had one in a university that there, and the pictures of these are just so visually stunning too. That's what I like to look at them. And a lot of them have video to accompany them, and you can check those out all on launchcode.com. That's LAVNCHCODE.com. But let's bring up the slides so we can announce there's going to be 3 winners and 2 honorable mentions. Let's start with the first winner.
Exciting. Okay.
Which Solotech did this installation. It was also submitted by Solotech at the Telus Spark Science Center. So obviously you can see the pictures. It's just incredibly vivid.
That's beautiful.
They used 8 Christie Griffin projectors, and their Infinity Dome essentially offers a bright planetarium experience. There's 34,000 lumen projectors. Solotech calls it, quote, mind-blowing, and says that the consultants that they used were very impressed with the work.
That's awesome.
And the people going to the planetarium love to see the show because you could see just from the pictures alone, you could see how incredibly vivid and bright this installation is.
Where is this?
This is in Calgary, in Canada.
Cool. Okay, well,
Which if you haven't been to Calgary, highly recommend. It's
I've
fantastic.
never been to Canada at all, actually.
Really?
Yeah, I know, which is like really weird. It's like easy. It's so easy to go.
Yeah, I'm surprised not even Toronto or Niagara Falls.
No.
Okay, we got to do Steph does Canada. Like take you all over, see all the cities, all the things, all the AV installs. We can start in Calgary.
I'll be in my Canada era.
Okay, let's bring up the next one.
Okay, let me see if I can. Oh, whoop! Just kidding. There we go.
Okay, so our next winner was submitted by and integrated by Dimensional Innovations, and this is at the Legoland California Resort.
Beautiful.
So what we're looking at is the Lego Ferrari Build and Race. They call it an edge of your seat, out of this world racing adventure.
Okay.
And children and adults, you get behind the wheel, and it integrates history, education, technology, hands-on interaction. They have interactive zones that bring the space to life, and it offers a really different and unique kind of encounter. And as they say, they wave the checkered flags, and may the best Lego Ferrari win.
That's amazing. I'm obsessed with this.
And Steph, I know you love a theme park kind of thing. Like
I do.
Your next California trip, you got to check it out.
Yeah. I am a tourist trap person. Like, trap me. I'm so
That's
ready
why
to be
I'm really
trapped.
surprised you haven't been to Niagara Falls.
That's so true. Okay, you ready for the next one?
Yes, our last winner is the National World War II Museum. This was integrated by Mousetrap and Solomon Group and submitted by Panasonic Connect. If you have not been here, this is in New Orleans. I've actually been here during...
I've been there.
Yes, Steph, we both have been to this one.
We've both been to this one.
I
haven't seen this, though.
Yeah, I think
I got to go back.
This is newer, obviously. If 2019... Avixa at the AV Executive Conference, or AVEC, did a tour here, so we got a behind-the-scenes tour. So I think a lot of AV Tweeps are familiar with the technology there, but this obviously is a newer installation. So if you haven't seen it, be sure to check it out. It tells, all about, obviously, World War II. They use Panasonic technology with the unique architecture of the space, and kind of reimagine how the museum is communicating history through powerful visuals, written words, songs, personal reflections, all of that. And so I want to go back to New Orleans anyways, because I love
my God,
there.
Me too.
But I specifically want to go to this museum.
Yeah. All right, you ready for the next slide?
Yeah. Let's do the honorable mentions. So we have two. The first is Orlando International Airport Terminal C. I have not seen this. I must not be in Terminal C.
No, the Terminal C is brand new. So a lot of like Orlando locals have been telling me about like how crazy Terminal C is. Yeah. I've only been to like every other one in the Orlando airport. You know how often I am in Orlando.
For theme parks. So this is an airport, not a theme park, but this was submitted by and integrated by Electrosonic. I think they do a lot of cool experiential work in general, but this really, when you're in the airport, there's so much hustle bustle. Mm-hmm. And you can take time out and kind of be in this experiential space where it engages you. It looks really relaxing to me. I've seen obviously several different pictures. Like the quote of their messaging is, "You're an amazing place and we want to keep you coming back to our airport."
I mean, that's so true. I feel the same way about airports as I do gas stations, which like, I know it seems like, where am I going with this? But it's like, you have to be there to do what you need to do. So like, why not have amazing advertisements and technology? You know what I mean? Like you literally can't leave until like you catch your next flight.
Right.
You're done pumping your gas. So like, why not have amazing ads?
Yeah.
And signage everywhere,
If you look at the bottom picture of this, that's the moment vault. So it's an immersive, interactive 360-degree space. So when you walk in, essentially a lot of people just think it's displaying content. But when they move around the inside space, they become a part of the show. And the tech on that side is an AI-based motion tracking system that captures their images in 3D and then translate their movements into real-time digital wireframe silhouettes that become a part of the display.
That's very cool.
Yeah. So maybe we'll see that when we go to Infocom this summer.
Yeah. Maybe we'll fly into Terminal C. I don't know.
I kind of hope so now.
I kind of hope so too.
Okay, so our last one, we have an honorable mention for Takashi Murakami, Stepping on the Tail of a Rainbow Augmented Reality. This was submitted by Buck. So
tell me about this. Yeah.
Yeah, this is really cool. This is an art installation in Los Angeles. When you enter the show, Takashi Murakami's mascot is Mr. I think it's Dob, D-O-B in all caps. And essentially he floats on a cloud over the lawn, and he's surrounded by like smiling and blooming ohana flowers, and it's like a perfect festival scene backdrop. And they used some AR technology by Meta to do this. And I just really love the intersection of art and technology in general, but particularly with things like this where people can use their phones. So it's not like, okay, you got to go purchase glasses or get glasses from the museum, then go do it. You can use your phone and really enhance the experience. I think it's just so cool. And I think we're going to be seeing a lot more of that, not just in, we've seen it a lot in art, but I think we're going to see that a lot probably in like retail experiences.
So true.
And even like, maybe in the boardroom now, people want to get employees to the office. I think we're going to find a lot of new ways to use augmented reality for things like this.
So is this map like you enter the experience and you use your phones at these different points and you get to see something different?
So I haven't seen the exhibit, so I don't know for sure, but I think so, yes.
That's cool. That's really cool.
Yeah.
Where I agree with you. I think we'll see a lot more like phone integration into like AR experiences, because honestly, like I hate VR goggles. Like they're not fun to wear. I feel like every pair I've worn is like so heavy on my head that it like gives me a headache. I also have a really big head, so they don't like they don't like fit. It feels like they're like squeezing, trying to squeeze my brains out. So like I don't like them.
One size fits all doesn't always work for everybody. I mean, I can think of some friends that have very tiny heads, and a regular hat won't even fit on their head. Yeah. So those headsets can be,
and like they're adjustable, but they're like how adjustable, like it's never adjustable enough.
Yeah. So congratulations to all of our winners. This year's submissions were incredible. I can't wait to see everything that's happening in 2024. And you can see all of these on our website at launchcode.com.
Amazing. Yeah. Congratulations to all the winners. And yes, I know that there's a piece that will go up of all the winners as well. So I'm very excited that you got to announce them on rAVe TV today.
Me too. I like this. We did this last year too. We'll do it next year because it's fun to have,
it's fun to announce them live.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the winners, just to be clear, like they did not know if they were winning or not until right now. We didn't even tell them ahead of time. Told them
that's amazing.
Tune in. Yeah.
Yeah, I just told, hey, watch. Yeah, that's amazing. So continuing on, I wanted to remind everyone to please fill out our April temperature check survey. This is all about sustainability and like how sustainable your organization is, which, goes along with April as being like a very sustainable month. So it takes about like not even 5 minutes to fill out this survey. It takes like 2 minutes maybe. And just for answering, you were entered into the running for two $50 or one of two $50 Amazon gift cards. So definitely answer it. Like, what's the worst that can happen? You don't get $50. Like, answer it. So anyway.
And thank you to Peerless AV for sponsoring and partnering with us on these temperature checks. They're making all of this possible. And you should fill this out because you could win a $50 gift card, and we want to know what you're thinking about sustainability. But we're also going to take a look at this because next week, I'm super excited. Earth Day is April 22nd, which is a Sunday. We don't do lunch and learns on Sunday because everybody, you guys aren't working. We're not working. Yeah. So we're going to hold on Thursday, April 20th instead. We're going to talk about sustainability in AV. And I'm really excited because we've partnered with Commercial Integrator on this. So Dan and I are going to be hosting this Launch and Learn. And we have, at this point, 5 sponsors. I just want to give them a quick shout out. Legrand, Netgear, PPDS, Shure, and Sony. And the really fun part about this is we've raised $10,000 for various earth-friendly charities because these sponsors did not pay us. They did not pay Commercial Integrator. They paid $2,000 to the environmental friendly charity of their choice. So we are giving back. We're proud to partner with everybody on that. And
that's awesome.
Be sure to register next week at 1:00 Eastern on April 20th.
Amazing. I can't wait to tune in. That's going to be very, very
excited.
Cool. So continuing on, we have another guest for today that I'm going to interview for a few minutes. I want to bring on Pat Kittredge, Marketing Manager at Legrand AV. How's it going, Pat?
Good. How are you? Thanks for having me.
Doing well, of course. I hope you've enjoyed being in the background and hearing
Oh
like
yeah,
how unhinged.
I mean, backstage, did I hear that rAVe is going to sponsor Taylor Swift event at Infocom? Is that what I heard?
Yep. And I haven't figured out how we're gonna do that yet, but leave it to me. We'll figure it out.
And I'm also excited to fly into Terminal C because I think every terminal I've flown in Orlando is like carpeted, which is weird in an airport. But
yes, but that's how Raleigh's airport is too. So it's kind of like stepping into the 90s a little bit, like in like a weird way. So like I find the carpet to be like oddly calming. I don't know why, but
fair.
Anyway, you were on today because I wanted to talk to you about the Middle Atlantic Forum collaboration suite. So tell me a little bit about it.
Yeah, so Forum, it's obviously a suite of products, but it was designed kind of in collaboration with our customers. As we kind of all went home in 2020, we were like, well, how are we going to return to work, right? We were all trying to figure it out. And
right.
At Legrand, we're big into design thinking and getting feedback and empathy from customers and iterating on prototypes. And what came of that is Forum. So it's a product line that includes display stands as well as various shapes of tables, and designed to work in open environments, closed environments. It's wrapped in acoustic felt to help with the audio experience. So it was really a collaboration, no pun intended, between our customers and Legrand as we were trying to figure out how we effectively come back to the office and have these hybrid meetings and make sure that meeting equity is central to that. So and most recently we added to the line, right? We came out just at the end of 2020 with our first phase. Again, got feedback from customers. Hey, we want this. Hey, need more sizes on this. So we just recently came out with what we called phase 2, where we've added capabilities for dual displays and 21:9 ultra wide displays. I'm sure we've heard a lot about those,
yes.
And those are important in the team's front row experience.
Exactly.
So yeah, it's really designed to help the hybrid collaboration for our customers.
Very cool. So could you explain to me like what type of meeting room this furniture is made for, or is it made for any type from like a huddle room to a bigger conference room?
Yeah, I would say small, huddle room to small to medium conference rooms. So we have, tables that fit 3 to 5 people, a table that fit 5 to 7. But then when you get into meeting spaces where maybe the majority of people are remote and you want everybody to kind of be facing the camera, we have an arc-shaped table, which kind of creates an arc around the display, so everyone's kind of facing the camera, facing the display, and that could be used for much larger training center sort of rooms. So it kind of runs the whole gamut of meeting spaces, and like I said, open spaces or closed spaces.
Very cool. So could you also explain a little bit more about, so I know you mentioned meeting equity earlier. Could you explain a little more about how the right furniture can really help support hybrid work?
Yeah, I think kind of to my last point there, taking into consideration, and this is what we did, angles of the table so that everyone's face can be seen who's in the room, right? If you're sitting at what we call an angle-shaped table, you don't want the person in front of you to block your face. So, making sure that the angles are correct, and we have some best practices on distances of furniture from the camera. That really can have a better impact on that meeting equity. So when we designed the display stand, the camera height placement is important, right? So it's
That's
not
true.
below the table or way up high where it seems like you're looking down on everybody. So camera placement, when we designed where the mount is placed, it's a lot of technical things that you don't really think about, but
until it's too late usually.
Until it's too late and you're like, yeah, why am I, why is the camera right at the table level and the screen is split by the table. So
exactly.
Our product management team, our engineers, they always are thinking about that stuff. So
very cool. So last question I have for you, are there any other products in this suite coming out soon? Anything we can expect on the horizon?
I mean, we're definitely brainstorming. This phase 2 is relatively new, a couple months, but as we do at all Infocoms, always looking for feedback when we present it to customers, not just at Infocom, but anytime. So nothing beyond some sketches right now, but
very cool.
It's definitely becoming very popular for us. So we're excited about it.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Pat. I can't wait to see you at Infocom.
Yeah, looking forward to seeing you as well. Thank you.
Yeah, of course. And don't forget, for everyone watching, if you want to learn more information, you can find out at legrandav.com/forum, FORUM. Thanks again, Pat.
Thanks.
All right. Hey, Megan.
Hi, Steph. That was such a great interview. I always love talking to everybody at Legrand. I think they're all so friendly, and I've been to their offices before, and I really appreciate all of their design thinking and the different ways they do things. Like they have craft carts in there, and they model up stuff with it. I just think it's really cool, and I love everybody that works there. I haven't met anyone.
They are honestly a great company and honestly great brands that they have under their umbrella. So I honestly highly recommend everyone to check out all of the brands encompassed by rAVe. They're fantastic, and check them out at Infocom. They always have a great booth, tons of people ready to talk to you. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. But continuing on, I wanted to talk about my case study of the week. This is from PPDS, and they installed like the Chromecast built into Philips Media Suite 4K TVs in Miami's Beach House Ball Harbor vacation residence, which was very cool. And I think like from people staying there, they had just heard that people wanted to be able to stream their content a little bit easier. And so to help exemplify this, I have included a little bit of the video from the case study. And of course, you can watch the full one at ravepubs.com. But I wanted to roll this video really quick.
Well, Bal Harbour in itself is a very important neighborhood, and we have what is considered the best beach of Miami Beach. We are more, I would say, apartments than a hotel. We are a hotel too, we have a hotel license, but we are great for long-term stays.
Basically what we started creating, and this started 9-10 years ago, is apartments that look exactly like your house. They furnish like your house. They have the amenities that you have in your house. Our idea is that when you come to Beach House, you feel that you actually never left your home.
Before, we had Amazon Fire Sticks, and we had like 9 different accounts, which cost us a lot of money. So it wasn't a good experience. We would spend a lot of time troubleshooting, and the comments were very negative.
In today's hotel technology industry, there are multiple players. You really can't get everything that you need from a television standpoint in one solution. And I know in the case of the Beach House, they were getting very, very frustrated looking at multiple providers to get the same solution. So the thing that they really liked about our product is it's one solution, all contained from one vendor. And that's really something we're quite proud of.
Oh. And we're back. Hi, Megan.
Hi. Okay, so I love this because I constantly we travel a lot, right? We're in hotel rooms a lot. Like sometimes I don't want to watch live TV. I want to watch Vanderpump Rules for the 12 millionth time, or The Office, or Gilmore Girls, and I usually end up watching it on my laptop because I don't want to use the remote to sign into my account and then remember to sign out.
Yeah. Nothing makes me more irate than when I am in a hotel and I cannot get the TV to work or do what I want it to do. And that happens like more times than I'd like to admit. It's always in like a hotel that's seemingly nice too. Like I think I was in a loft one time and I couldn't get the streaming to work and I was just like, well, I'm just going to go to bed because I'm really mad.
Yeah.
So like I think it's nice that more hotels and like obviously the AV companies that they partner with are taking that into account and like helping us like because like you know I know that a lot of them will include like a free streaming service, but I like that more of them now are just including like a really easy way for you to log into your account.
Right.
So
And it's, you know, like for us, we use technology every day. We're in AV, it's easier for us, but like I don't know that my mom would know how to, you know, go into the TV, log on, do all these things, but she knows how to just cast something from her phone if you make it easy. And I'm surprised, to be honest, that we are even talking about this because I would think by now it would just be like
it would just be
standard.
Yeah.
You know, like streaming has been around for a while, especially like with the prevalence during the pandemic. And when hotels open back up, I would think they would just be like, let's just do this, you know?
Yeah. Do you ever like inspect the TV in your hotel room and you're like, what year did this come out? And if it's like more than like 3 years old, I'm like,
I mean, I've been in hotel rooms, so I haven't worked at Peerless for 6+ years, and I've been in hotel rooms that I'm like, I recognize this mount that it's like a under desk mount or whatever, and I'm like, I know what year that mount came out, and I know what year that TV came out because it was made specifically for that, and obviously it's more than 6+ years old.
Yeah, so you know, just saying to all the hotels out there, we know. But just continuing on, I wanted to bring up another one of our sponsors and partners, which is Aver Pro AV. And I wanted to let everyone know Aver is going to be at, I don't know if it's pronounced HIMSS or HIMSS. HIMSS. I've never been before. So they're going to be.
It's fun.
Yeah, it's Chicago. It's local to you. So Aver is going to be showing its connected health solutions at HIMSS 2023, and that is in Chicago, April 18th through 21st. And we are going to include the link so that if you just want to scan the QR code, you can find out how to register and go see Aver's solutions. And I'm sure they're going to bring the MD330. Like that is their camera that they're really, really pushing for the health market. It's very cool. You can literally remove the camera from the stand and like get into details that you need to get into. So highly recommend going. And it's one of those cameras that you kind of need to see and play with in person. So if you're going, make sure to check out Aver.
If I wasn't at NAV show next week, I would say, hey, I'll go and get video for you, Steph.
Oh my gosh, I keep forgetting that NAB is next week. I remember when spring used to not be busy at rAVe, like, and now it's like just as busy as any other time of year.
I mean, to be fair, you really did start during COVID, so we weren't busy much with this stuff with virtual events. We weren't on the road at all, you know, and I think trade shows are back. I think we saw that at ISC West. There was 50,000 plus people there, you know, and NAB, I want to say last year NAB show had 50,000. So
I'm sure it'll be even
a little overwhelming. Yeah, I know. I'm already like, ugh.
Yeah. Oh
gotta prepare for all the like the peopling and the crowds.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, that was me at Enterprise Connect because in early 2022 it wasn't quite so busy because we were still very much kind of figuring out where we were like during COVID. And this year I think people were just, you know, there and like it just seemed like normal times again. It was a very big and busy show. So it's an odd time to be in AV, that's for sure.
Yeah.
But continuing with other events in the industry, I wanted to bring up that Exartis Almo's E4 experience is coming up, and this is the Santa Clara one. You can still register. It's going to be on April 25th. So this is a piece written by Tom Kerr, and he just talks all about like the reasons why you should go. Like obviously live events are so fun, but like that's not the only reason you should go. Like there are great networking opportunities. There's a lot of really good educational opportunities that are CTSRU approved. There's going to be a show floor tour by the one and only Gary Victor K himself. And he's also going to be giving a really great keynote. He loves doing the keynote at Almo E4 experiences. So highly recommend checking this out, reading the piece, and just learning a little bit more about what educational opportunities are available. So if you are running a little low on your CTSRUs, highly recommend checking this out. And for our last piece today, this is a piece that we got and posted. This is all about Infocom 2023 and what ProAV solutions are going to be there for online and in-person learning environments. I'm so looking forward to Infocom. They always have, like, Avixa always puts together a lot of really great educational sessions that are, again, like CTSRU approved, and like, you know, there are classes for helping you get your CTS or CTSI or CTSD. So highly recommend checking that out if you're looking for what educational sessions are going to be available and what else you can find on the show floor. There are already like 600 exhibitors that are going to be there, which is so exciting. And there's going to be, I think, a heavy emphasis on educational technology at this show, especially because Avixa has partnered with HETMA this year. So I think that that's going to be really exciting. I'm personally very excited to see the vibe of the different booths this year, because I think we are slowly stepping away from just having a product on a pedestal in a booth. It's so much more about showing what the product can do, because anyone can go online and like look at it and like look at the specs, you know, like if I'm going to go see a product in person, I want to see it in use. So I think that is something that more and more people are going to be focusing on.
I'm excited for Infocom. A semi-plug here. They have this new Trailblazer Zone. There's going to be 10 by 10 booths in this area. So it's a smaller area, but they have really innovative things in it. And we're doing interviews with these exhibitors for Launch Code Decoded.
Cool.
So starting in the beginning of May, you'll start seeing those populate on launchcode.com. But they have some really cool AR people in there. They have some neat displays in there. I know 22 Miles is in there. And so I'm really excited to go. That's going to be, I think, my area that I'm going to try to start with.
Yeah, that's awesome. They're also helping, like, Infocom participants also have, like, I think there's going to be 2 opportunities for this. There's going to be integrated experience tours of UCF during the week of Infocom. I think it's like I know it's going to be June 13th and 14th, and I think it's like 8 to 11 a.m. So this is like attendees will take a tour to like experience some of the really innovative spaces on UCF's campus, which I think is really cool. I love doing kind of tours like that at different like trade shows. I know that ISE partners with a lot of local places to show you like the technology behind like what made these installations possible. So I always recommend going to these because I think they're really cool. And like, once again, this is going to be really focusing on like classroom settings and all of the technology that you can incorporate into that. So I'm looking forward to how heavily education is going to be featured at this Infocom.
Yeah, it's going to be a fun one. Can't wait to see you there in Terminal C in the Orlando airport.
In Terminal C. And if you haven't registered for Infocom yet, but you would like to go, you can go to infocomshow.org. And when it comes up, if it asks, like, do you have a code, you can put in rAVE, and that will get you a free pass onto the show floor. And you will also be able to get a free t-shirt from us. You know, that is our thing at Infocom. We do it every year. We give away, like, I don't know how many, a lot of t-shirts. So if you would like one, that is your way to get it. So I hope to see you all at Infocom this year. It's going to be a great show. It is in my second home, Orlando. So already it's going to be a great time. So yeah, I think that's all I had to cover. Megan, did you have anything else?
No, but I just love that you call Orlando your second home, because that's what I call Vegas.
That's so true. I feel like I get sent there as often as you get sent to Vegas.
Which I was just there 2 weeks ago, going back on Sunday.
Going back, yeah, literally. And I was just in Orlando a week ago. I don't know. And I will
almost 2 weeks.
Yeah,
it all blends together.
And I'll be going back in June. So, yeah. We'll be in our second homes shortly enough.
I appreciate you having me on today, Steph. This was fun.
Yes, thank you for being my co-host. I hate hosting alone. I don't like talking to myself.
Yeah, it's not fun doing that. I agree.
Yes. So thanks again, Megan, for joining me on this episode. Once again, everyone watching, this has been another episode of rAVe TV, and we will see you again next week, same time, same place, noon Eastern, on wherever you're watching from, whether it's ravepubs.com, LinkedIn, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube. We are live and all of the above. So we will see you next time. Bye.
It's the weekly show about Pro AV with the hottest news in the AV industry. It's rAVe TV. Give it up for Steph and Gary.